The launch of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate nears closer and closer, and with it, the most jam-packed Smash experience in the series' 20-year-long history. Even so, many questions regarding the game beyond fighters and stages remain unanswered, and as such, there is a possibility that Sakurai could have one final presentation to pull out from his drawer leading up to the game's release on December 7th. So will this happen? And if so, then when? Let's find out inside Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Isabelle from Animal Crossing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the new Smash Nintendo Switch system bundle that will be available in November. That was all of the new information regarding the game during the September Nintendo Direct. On one side, it is good that this Direct wasn't dominated by Smash as it gave room for other titles to shine. Still, we know there is more details left to be shared regarding Ultimate, and as such, we should expect a Super Smash Bros. Dedicated presentation or Direct in late October after Styling Battle for Atlas, or one of the Thursdays in November. It will probably be another 50 Facts Extravaganza style video similarly to the one for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U in late 2014. This presentation took place a few weeks after the launch of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, exactly 1 month prior to the premiere of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Back then, the presentation was needed in order to clearly demonstrate the many differences between the 3DS and Wii U versions of Super Smash Bros. 4 and announce that the game would receive paid DLC content following the launch of the game. In most cases, these topics centered on Wii U's exclusive stages, music selection, online gameplay, controller options, and naturally, single-player campaign. Obviously, resolution changes from 240p to 1080p will not be addressed this time around, but even so, several of the features brought up in Smash Wii U's 50 Facts Extravaganza have only been slightly touched upon, and in the case of online and single player, barely teased. Let's take these one step at a time, beginning with stages, where we have an update since last time we met. As we all know, Isabelle didn't bring any new stages with her from Animal Crossing unless we get a new stage from the game. DLC anyone? Joking aside, Koro, you know, the magazine that was about to spoil much of the Direct with Famitsu. They have now stated in their most recent issue that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will not have, as previously announced, 103 stages, but rather 5 additional stages, bringing the total number up to 108. To set that once again into perspective, that is only 4 stages away from having double the amount compared to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U with paid DLC stages. Completely nuts. So why have these 5 extra stages been kept away? Well, there could be a number of reasons. The first obvious one is that there are still returning stages left to be included in Ultimate. We know about a few that definitely would lead to some insane reactions. Pokefloat, Pac-Maze, or dare we say, Rainbow Road? All of them could truly make the stage selection ultimate. Anyhow, that's only returning stages, as we guess that another reason for keeping these away, beyond the fact that Sakurai-san wants to have the final 5 announced in his last presentation prior to the game's launch, is that there are new stages left in the game. Now the big question, what kind? Well, that's more complicated, as at this point we believe that franchises such as Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Animal Crossing, and Splatoon will not get any additional stages, which leaves us with 2 options: brand new third and first party stages, or just first party ones. These can only be determined by one factor: new fighter inclusions. Let's face it, after the inclusion of the Inklings, there are only a few first party fighters that have never been in Smash. Among those that come to mind are Isaac from Golden Sun and Springman and Ribbon Girl from ARMS. No matter, this game is already so packed that whether they are included or not will not have a great impact on the final game. We will return to eventual newcomer fighters in a separate video, but for now, let's look closer at a structure in Ultimate. Newcomer fighters don't necessarily mean a new stage based on the game from that character. So we could, in this final presentation, see a situation with new fighter and Echo fighter reveals. but with no new stages attached to these, instead, all 5 stages being returning ones or stages tied to the single-player campaign. Time will tell, but this is a matter that needs to be addressed, since all stages are supposed to be playable from the get-go.
Oh wait a minute, maybe that only applied to the 103 stages confirmed in the Super Smash Bros. Direct, and the last 5 need to be unlocked by, say, completing the single-player campaign or mode. Which brings us to the question, what is the single-player content in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and how will the classic mode unfold? As ambitious as Ultimate is, there's no doubt that we were all waiting for an ambitious single player. After all, we by now know by a pretty clear margin that the green blurred section in both the Japanese and English directs make out the letters spirits. We have stated this many times before, that there is a darker aura hanging over the Smash title, and while the September Nintendo Direct offered a little break from the harsh reality with Isabelle, this will probably be corrected in the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate pre-launch Direct.
It appears that with the reveal of King K. Rool, Sakurai tried to show us that there is a balance in Ultimate. For every hero fighter, we get a villain fighter. Inkling, Ridley, Simon Belmont, King K. Rool, and Isabelle, I guess. This entire pattern is leading up to something greater. But what? A new subspace-like campaign. Maybe not as ambitious, but with a straightforward purpose where the growing cast of villains teams up to take out certain heroes for Dracula, or whatever. It's not like the story in the single player will be very deep or have any thought-provoking themes. Judging by the Smash Ultimate roster, the villains are heavily outnumbered, and it won't be surprising if we see more villains revealed in a pre-launch Super Smash Bros. Direct craving for some spirits. Most likely Skull Kid, Shadow, and a few others. Even outnumbered, we have seen the villains obliterating the heroes left and right and turning Luigi into a spirit. I wonder if we can save some of them, like we in Brawl's Subspace Emissary could turn the heroes from trophies back to normal and unlocking them in the process. Sakurai has mentioned that the roster starts small and gets bigger by unlocking characters, and we still need an explanation as to how this system of unlocking will unfold. Will it be through hundreds of matches, playing through a single-player campaign, or a combination of both? Perhaps unlocking Simon and Richter Belmont requires beating Dracula in a one-on-one matchup, and Monster Hunter's Rathalos will be one of those other bosses in the campaign instead of generic foes like those offered in Subspace Emissary. Even so, don't be surprised if we, in the Direct or in the campaign itself, face Hades, Dr. Eggman, or even Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, as boss-exclusive characters can exist in Ultimate, just like Subspace Emissary had Petey Piranha, Rayquaza, Porky Minch, Ridley, and many more. In other words, we need another Super Smash Bros. Direct to get clarification on if the Spirits mode will either be a combination of adventure mode-like stages with boss battles, or only a boss mode against foes like Count Dracula, Rathalos, and playable villain fighters such as Ganondorf and his Dark Beast Final Smash form, Bowser and his Giga Bowser Final Smash form, Ridley, King K. Rool, etc., etc.
The single player is hidden behind the green blurred section of the main menu. But what about the side menus with trophy rooms, minigames and more? It is definitely worth an overview, as what we saw of the menu was only the opening screen and parts of the Smash submenu. Or if you prefer, a tease for a proper overview of the game outside of regular multiplayer Smash. We're naturally referencing to the other submenus, Games and More, Vault, and last but not least, Online. So let's take a rapid fire on these, and what needs to be detailed in a second Super Smash Bros. Direct. Beginning with Games and More, which just like in the Wii U version of the game, will most likely include a stadium category with both new and returning minigames like Break the Targets, the Classic mode, All-Star mode, and hopefully the returning special orders with Master and Crazy Hand, and Stage Builder. The Vault will obviously be the big trophy room with more trophy boxes and Final Smash trophies than ever before, so expect a ton of new trophy reveals when Sakurai goes over these. The massive My Music section, replay section, album with photos, character reveal trailers, and so much more. Then we will see if we get any masterpiece demos now that Virtual Console is nowhere near the Switch and being replaced with Nintendo Switch Online Nintendo Entertainment System.
Speaking of online, Nintendo Switch Online is already facing criticism, and another laggy Smash Online experience after Brawl and Wii U will be met with massive backlash from fans and new adopters. As such, convincing both for glory and for fun players when it comes to online reliability is as important, if not more crucial, than a single player campaign. It speaks for itself that online and dedicated servers in this instance must go hand in hand and find some room in a second Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. Forcing people to get another accessory like the LAN adapter in order to play Smash comfortably without lag is not the answer, but rather dedicated servers paid by Nintendo Switch online users. Then where are we specifically with this potential presentation after going over the different subjects it should bring up? For one, we believe it will be in the first half of November. Why? Because that would be within the crucial 1 month range and a perfect way to push the Smash Switch bundle, GameCube adapter, and controller prior to Black Friday. Don't fool yourself. That bundle is there to push Smash and Switch sales during Black Friday, along with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But most importantly, what do you think? Will we, after the lack of information in this recent Nintendo Direct, get another Super Smash Bros. Direct in November? And if so, what do you think we will see in it? Leave your response in the comment section down below. That's all for now, so make sure to like, and if you are new, subscribe to our channel and press that shiny notification bell to not miss any of our future uploads regarding Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Nintendo Switch, and Switch Online. For the last one, we have a little treat for you on Wednesday, or if you're watching this later, at the end of the video.
Finally, we want to thank all our great patrons, and in particular Kenyatta Ali for their support on patreon.com/commonwealth. Until the next video, this was Conrad Vanis and Joseph Ferris of the Commonwealth Realm, and we will see you girls and guys soon.